The camera is covering the entire entrance. The doorman will be watching every move I make. The curbstone is full of chalk marks. Kids? No idea if this is relevant at all. The first accessory for my sailboat. The Humboldt University Biological Institute. There's a notice from garbage collection stuck on the letterbox. According to this, the BSR collects the waste paper first. Then another truck comes for the bio-waste. The bulky stuff goes tomorrow. The waste paper collection's been and gone. Well, okay, but just this once. Where's it supposed to go? Sounds like a good plan. Nah, pushing empty trash cans is way below my preferred difficulty level. Now let's see what's in it. I always keep this photo on me. It's supposed to remind me what I'm grafting for every day, fulfilling my childhood dream of owning a pretty little white sailboat. I never actually have a lot of cash on me. I'll just pick up the €2 coin and stick it in my sailboat piggy bank. That's for the locker at the airport where I've stashed my travel luggage. Globetrotters like my humble self prefer electronic means of payment. If I throw the carpet over the metal spikes, I could climb over easily enough. But then I'd be in full view of the security camera and the doorman would spot me. I need to find a better way. Now or never. Made it. Now I somehow have to get into the Institute and find Professor Hartman's office. That's what comes from leaving your tools lying around. Damn, the clamp is solid. I can't get the hose off. Freedom for garden hoses. That's a horse chestnut. It was Tree of the Year in 2005. How do I know that? It says so on the little sign. The perfect entry assistance. Who needs a bolt cutter when head shears can do the job just as well? I've cut through the chains. I'll push the rake through the rungs of both of the ladder's legs. I'll tie the rake to the garden hose so that the whole thing becomes a bit more steady. That is a sturdy ladder. Well done, Sam. Climbing through windows. A real cat burglar me. In luck. The coast is clear. Oh, empty files. Useless. That office belongs to a Dr. Fritz Schneider. Nothing that I could use. That's Lieschen Muller's office. And there it is, the exception to the rule. You don't always find something useful in waste bins. A snack machine. Each of these little calorie bombs costs a cool $1.99. You only live once. I'll take a bag of crackers. My snack? And 1-cent change. Professor Hartman's office. Won't open. The 1-cent coin is thin enough to unscrew it. Amazeballs! Ugh, I have sunk to a new low. That'll work. I'll bet my sailboat on it. Phew. Okay, Sam. Find the damn info on where our perfidious professor's gone off to. And then maybe, just maybe, you'll get your story, a pay rise, and that nice little sailboat you're dreaming of. A stack of homework, botany books, and writing materials. Thanks, but I don't think that they're gonna help me right now. There's some torn up paper on the top. I'll take a closer look. A ripped up fax. Now let's see if I can put this back together. His expedition party sent him a fax. They've discovered some hitherto unknown species. Great, but where, for heaven's sake? Unfortunately, there's only a code here. GHN 7531. But maybe that'll help me further. Files with details of students' projects and the prof's expeditions. Maybe I'll find a clue here. This section has projects marked ARJ. These files are labeled CGL. These files all have GHN on them. This file is marked GHN 7520 to GHN 7535. It ought to contain notes from the current expedition. Bingo. GHN 7531. The expedition has gone to Ghana, to Lake Bosomtwi. So what the hell are they looking for there? Lake Bosomtwi lies in the meteorite crater in Ghana's Ashanti region. It's 8 kilometers in diameter, about 80 meters deep, and doesn't have an outflow. The ecosystem and the lake are endemic, meaning there are lots of plant and animal varieties that are unique to that location. The priority is investigating the effects on the ecosystem of a massive meteorite strike. What's that on the fax? The expedition has discovered some previously unknown organism. If the story's big enough to pull the professor away with such short notice, perhaps it's big enough to buy me a boat. Let's hit the trail for Ghana and Lake Bosomtwi. The flight to Accra via Amsterdam was pretty fuss-free, but the in-flight food was crappy. as expected. I was able to revive myself with some traditional foo-foo and a few Gordon Sparks in a chop shop before a bush pilot flew me into an airfield by Lake Basomtwi. With a bit of luck, I'll be at the base camp in a few hours. Looks like everyone upped and left in the night. Strange. I've got goosebumps all of a sudden, despite the heat. I'm getting something of a horrible feeling here. I'd better get a move on so I can reach the Lake Basomtwi camp before nightfall. Hey, Dixie. Now what would those Southerners say if they knew there was a mobile toilet named after their hymn? Come, gather round, and have the piss taken out of you by a crazy lady with a megaphone. Oh, I like it. Holy shit. If a dead fish and a tramp had a baby and the baby threw up into a dog's mouth, the dog's end product would smell better than this toilet does. Even if I had to, I would not go in there. Well, okay, I'll take it with me. But be aware that this is non-alcoholic piss water. Airport terminal, Africa style. A little bit too rustic for my taste. Where's the air-conditioned bar and duty-free shop? The pocket knife only has this one blade, but it's extremely versatile. I can unscrew screws with it, for example. Large scratches torn into the wood. Must have been something considerably bigger than the cat over there. Now then, any juice left in these at all? Sits around all day. Probably shows up for food and fondling. Men. Just two admittedly unfortunate words. Cat allergy. A limp sock. Reminds me of my ex. You know what? Enough of that. Okay, I've caressed the screws. Now what? Crates of provisions. Well, I'm not gonna starve to death here, that's for sure. The camp lies northeast from here. That's where we want to be headed. Where's that perverse stink coming from? Oh, right. Pumbaa. They may be cute in cartoon form, but in the real world, those warthog tusks should not be underestimated. As long as that hog's eyeballing me, I really don't give a damn about the tree trunk. An interview with Pumbaa without official permission from Disney? What the hell do you dream about at night? No, don't tell me. I really don't want to know. Great. He seems to be quite unaffected. I guess that act's only good for scaring off lechers in bars. And here's me thinking I had the act down pat. I suppose compared to most men, this pig is smart enough to tell the real thing from a crazy lady making cat noises in the jungle. Hello, Mr. Kitty. How about an interview? Thank you for the profound discussion. I'll hold the megaphone close to the voice recorder speaker. Perhaps the pig's got a cat allergy as well. Pity. Apparently not. Now I'll put the used batteries into the voice recorder. Perhaps the pig's got a cat allergy as well. Success. Straight and long. Could be useful. Ants. I must have scared him up. Just like in the adventure movies. So, what do we have? Great. The guide rope on the right-hand side of the bridge is broken. That's all I need. I can't get across with it like that. I need to repair the rope first.